It's easy to be pigeonholed, but one good performance is enough to set you free. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 British actors who smashed their stereotypes.
I missed something. And if it weren't for his courage, my mistake would have cost the lives of every man present.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at actors who broke away from the sort of roles for which they were usually typecast. Whether it be a single film or a more permanent shift in focus, these are the stars who shattered the mold in dramatic fashion.
Well, I thought it was a good observation.
Well, it's the way you give it, it's not very careful.
Well, it's how I care, isn't it?
Number 10. Robert Pattinson. Having previously played Cedric Diggory in the Harry Potter franchise, Pattinson's breakthrough role came as the vampire Edward Cullen in Twilight.
You were gone.
Yeah. I was out of town for a couple of days. Personal reasons.
Considering his fanbase, he could easily have carved out a career as the next big Hollywood heartthrob. But instead, he turned his back on pin-up roles and chose to flaunt his acting credentials with more challenging parts in quirky dramas and independent films.
You know, why am I saying things that haven't happened yet?
Pattinson has since worked with cult directors like David Cronenberg and Werner Herzog, playing everything from a famous artist to an iconic war hero.
You want me to drive for a while?
Number 9. Kathy Burke. For most Brits, Burke is best known for her comedy roles in shows like Gimme 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 and Harry Enfield and Chums.
Well, it's her fault. She's a slob.
You're the slob!
You're the slob.
But there was nothing remotely humorous about her first major film part in Gary Oldman's directorial debut, Nil by Mouth. In this hard-hitting drama about a dysfunctional family, Burke plays the wife of a violent and abusive husband.
Where'd you go?
Here. Come out for a drink with Mum, didn't I?
Burke won the Best Actress award at Cannes in 1997 for her performance, one that proved that she is not just a great comedian, but also a great actor.
I got run over.
What do you mean you got run over? Where? Round by the shops.
Number 8. Liam Neeson. Few actors have reinvented themselves in the same way as Ballymena-born Neeson. At the start of his career, he typically played serious-minded characters in dramatic films ranging from Les Miserables to Schindler's List.
And he's got the war, which brings out the worst in people. Never the good, always the bad.
But the spectrum of his potential roles expanded after he played Qui-Gon Jinn in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
You've been a good apprentice, Obi-Wan. And you're a much wiser man than I am. I foresee you will become a great Jedi Knight.
Suddenly, Neeson was the new action star on the block, with kick-ass roles as Ra's al Ghul in Batman Begins and the ex-CIA operative with a very particular set of skills in the Taken trilogy.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
Number 7. Daniel Radcliffe. Child actors often struggle to put behind them the films that made them famous, particularly when those movies are as popular as Harry Potter.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
A wizard, and a thumping good one, I'd wager.
Emma Watson has made the transition thanks to roles in films like The Bling Ring. But for this list, we've gone with her co-star Daniel Radcliffe. The former boy wizard has shed his image as the bespectacled boy who lived by taking on a broad range of roles, including a sentient corpse in the comedy drama Swiss Army Man and an eccentric poet in Kill Your Darlings.
You don't know me.
In doing so, he showcased his range as well as his staying power within the industry.
I'm gonna ride the bus every day.
Number 6. David Tennant. With his humour, swagger and charisma, Tennant made the 10th Doctor one of the most popular portrayals of the Time Lord.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Casterbarus. I'm 903 years old and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below.
But the Scot has played more than his fair share of villains too, from the scheming cabinet minister in The Politician's Husband to the mind-controlling Kilgrave in Netflix's Jessica Jones.
Everybody quiet!
Tennant once revealed he isn't concerned about spoiling his reputation as a darling of the geek community, saying he finds it both exciting and liberating to play the bad guy. And doesn't he do it oh so well?
Barty Crouch, Jr.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Number 5. Ralph Fiennes. Whether he's a hero or a villain, Fiennes is best known for roles that deliver an emotional punch.
Goodbye, my friend.
he was never considered to be Hollywood's go-to man for comedy until, that is, he appeared as a hotel concierge in Grand Budapest Hotel.
She's very fond of me, you know.
Yes, sir.
I've never seen her like that before.
With his impeccable comic timing, Fiennes received a BAFTA nomination for his performance, and he has since undertaken more humorous parts in Hail Caesar and A Bigger Splash. Fiennes seems determined to avoid being typecast, saying he now looks for roles with something different about them.
Is that a snake? Yeah.
Number 4. Emily Blunt. Blunt's early career was filled with period dramas like TV miniseries Henry VIII and the stage production of The Royal Family. But she has since transformed herself into an action heroine, undergoing 3 months of physical training for her role in sci-fi flick Edge of Tomorrow.
Come with me. Now.
Blunt also starred in the 2015 crime thriller Sicario, playing an FBI agent taking on the Mexican drug cartels. Blunt once revealed she had previously rejected more hands-off parts in action films, saying, "If I'm gonna do an action film, I want to see some action."
So that's it. That's why I'm here.
Number 3. Helena Bonham Carter. Throughout the 80s and 90s, Carter, like Emily Blunt, was predominantly associated with costume dramas.
Has your son no particular hobby? I mean, I generally forget my worries at the piano, and collecting stamps did no end of good for my brother Freddie.
The turning point in her career came after she was nominated for an Oscar for 1997's The Wings of the Dove, after which she began to be offered the type of parts she says she always wanted to play. Carter's role as Marla Singer in Fight Club represented a clear departure from her stereotype, and she has since taken on various eccentric characters like Bellatrix Lestrange in the Harry Potter franchise. Nowadays, she can just as easily play Queen Elizabeth or the Madcap Queen of Hearts.
Alice.
Number 2. Colin Firth. Firth has built a career on playing the archetypal English gentleman, winning an Oscar in 2011 for his portrayal of King George VI in The King's Speech.
One usually wagers money.
But he stepped out of his comfort zone in Kingsman: The Secret Service to take on the role of secret agent Harry Hart.
Then let me teach you a lesson.
Hart was Firth's first real action role, and it required him to undertake 6 months of training. He once revealed he wanted to take on more tough guy parts, saying Kingsman would act as his audition for future films.
If I save the world, can I have 2 tickets to your next concert?
Darling, if you save the world, you can have a backstage pass.
Number 1. Hugh Laurie. For a decade, Laurie was one of the UK's most beloved comedy actors, playing a series of amiable yet dim-witted characters in shows like Jeeves and Wooster and Blackadder.
For me, socks are like sex. Tons of it about, and I never seem to get any.
But he broke that stereotype in 2004, when he took on the part of Dr. Gregory House in the eponymous TV medical drama.
If we don't talk to them, they can't lie to us. And we can't lie to them. Humanity is overrated.
Since then, Laurie has stuck to serious roles, with appearances in The Night Manager and Chance. But he hasn't ruled out a return to comedy in the future, revealing he would love to work again with Stephen Fry.
Nothing quite as pretty as napalm at night.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.